Newcastle. ɪ̀slānga, great save. For Newcastle, denied by Aston Villa's new goalkeeper ɪ̀dᴜᴜ, and no penalty given there either, just that little nibble at Harvey Barnes. Here's Gordon, he tries the shot, that's deflected. Newcastle today played the most minutes for them. Kieran Trippier with the free kick, burned the target, Barnes not quite there. And then Gordon, your time here for Harvey Barnes. Newcastle have settled well, and that's not a bad ball in. Gordon, Kamara didn't deal with it, Barnes can cross it too high, ɪ̀slānga comes onto it. That's looking for Bruno Guimaraes, who had a free header. Anthony Gordon through a crowd, and the goalkeeper and shares in there as well. Keeper gets a piece of it. ɪ̀slānga down to Gordon. In he goes, goalkeeper out of the ball there, Guimaraes, and now Anthony Gordon's off and running, and Mings is coming across here for Aston Villa. It's Gordon's shot, now Schär. Fancies the shot, Schär. Trippier looking for Joel Linton, and that's a fraction for Newcastle goals of free kicks. He's played it short, they've worked on this. Gordon again. That's the crack from there, you know, and he's absolutely not... Rodgers looking to get back to try and help Lucas Digne, still gets the cross in, Barnes walks onto it! To have a go at Cash, it means that Barnes has gone into a more central position. Here is Harvey Barnes, chance to shoot for Harvey Barnes. Park, Anthony Gordon's out there on the left now. Lazy run by the England international, good play from Gordon, and the shot down. Gets it back again from Miley and changes the angle and shoots, and that's off the head of... Craig Pawson's had a look at the watch, and he blows the full-time whistle.